Our next topic is toroid. A solenoid is bent in such a way its ends are joined together to form a closed ring shape is known as toroid. Here in this diagram, there is a loop which is wound on the surface which is look like this ring, and this is known as solenoid, and here the current is passing through one end and which is come out from the other end. Here the magnetic field has constant magnitude inside the toroid, whereas the interior region, suppose if you take at the point P and the exterior region point Q, the magnitude of magnetic field is equal to 0. Here we can see the three cases. In the first case, open space interior to the toroid. So here we can calculate the magnetic field at the point P. So in this point we can consider this is a loop. In this loop the radius from the center position is r1. So that according to Ampere's circuit law, integral of closed integral of C B vector into dl vector equal to mu naught I enclosed. Here I enclosed value is 0 because here at P the current value is 0. Therefore, when we substitute the 0 value in the formula, we can get 0. Therefore, B value is equal to 0. Therefore, the magnitude BP equal to 0. In the second case, we can take open space exterior to the toroid. In this open space means the Q value we have to take. Consider we can take one loop at a distance r3 from the center O, and here the Q value, the I value is 0. Therefore, since in each turn of the toroid loop, current coming out of the plane of the paper is cancelled by the current going into the plane of the paper. In this loop we can consider the outside is mentioned dot and inside is mentioned cross. That is, outside the current is coming out and inside is current go inside of the toroid. So that denote both are in opposite direction. Therefore, the current value is 0 here. So here BQ value is 0. And in the third case we will discuss is known as inside the toroid. Inside the toroid means at the R1 distance we can take the loop. So in this loop we can consider I is the current passing through the loop and N be the number of turns which is present in the loop. According to Ampere's circuit law, closed integral of C B vector into dl vector equal to mu naught I enclosed. Here I enclosed equal to N into I. Therefore, we can substitute the value, we can get mu naught Ni. Then we can take the BDL value, DL element we can take here, and BDL cos theta value is we can consider. Theta value is 0 here, therefore BDL equal to mu naught Ni. Here DL is nothing but it is known as the full length we can calculate. Full length is nothing but it is known as the circumference. Circumference equal to 2 pi r2. So we can substitute B into 2 pi r2 equal to mu naught Ni. Therefore, we can get B is equal to mu naught Ni divided by 2 pi r2. Here N divided by 2 pi r2 equal to N small n. Small n be the number of turns per unit length. When we substitute this value here, we can get B is equal to mu naught Ni. So this is known as the magnitude of the inside toroid. And next topic is Lorentz force. Suppose if you take a charge Q, the charge Q is in electric field, therefore the force experienced Fe vector equal to Q into E vector. Suppose if the charge Q is in magnetic field, Fm vector equal to Q into V vector into B vector. Here I am representing M because of the magnetic field. Here the charge which is moving in both electric and magnetic field, the total force is equal to the sum of these two forces. Therefore, F vector equal to Fe vector plus Fm vector. Therefore, QE vector plus Q into V into B vector. Therefore, Q is that is common, we just take it out. Therefore, F vector equal to Q into E vector plus V into B vector. So, in general, if the charge is moving in both the electric and the magnetic field, the total experienced force by the charge is given by F vector equal to Q into E vector plus V vector into B vector. Next topic is force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. Suppose if you take this is a charge. In this charge, which is in magnetic field, the magnetic field is uniform magnetic field. Therefore, the charge with the velocity v, which is acting in this direction, and the charge is here and velocity is here, and this is a magnetic field. Therefore, there is a force is experienced. This force is perpendicular to both v and b, that is in this direction. This is Fm. Therefore, the force experienced is equal to q into v into b because of the Lorentz force. And here this cross product formula, we can write it here, qvb sin theta. Here this is known as Fm. Fm means that is a force experienced due to magnetic field. So now this magnetic field and then velocity both are perpendicular each other. So in between the angle theta means the force acting perpendicular to both b vector and v vector. So here we will see some observations from this formula. Let us see. So here the force M, which is directly proportional to the magnetic field, and second the force directly proportional to the velocity, and the force directly proportional to the sine angle between the velocity and the magnetic field. Next, the force experienced directly proportional to magnitude of the charge q, and the direction of the Fm vector is always perpendicular to both v and b vector, as Fm vector is a constant product of v and b vector. And next, the direction of Fm vector we will calculate. Suppose if you take in this direction, the magnetic field is there and the velocity is in this direction from the charge plus q. So from the charge plus q means both b and v are perpendicular. So the force experienced only perpendicular to v and b means in this direction. Suppose if the plus q is changed as a minus q, that is negative charge we have to take. Negative charge means the charge which is opposite to the direction of this positive force. So that is the next point. The direction of Fm vector on negative charge is opposite to the direction of Fm vector on positive charge. And then last point is, if velocity v of the charge q along the magnetic field, then the Fm equal to 0. That is, suppose if you take this Fm which is coincide with the magnetic field, means here there is no theta value. So if there is no theta value means we consider theta as a 0. When we substitute in the formula sin theta value 0 means totally the force Fm equal to 0. And next we will discuss about definition of Tesla. Suppose the strength of the magnetic field is 1 Tesla if the unit charge moving in it with unit velocity experiences unit force. Therefore, 1 Tesla equal to 1 Newton second divided by Coulomb meter, which is equal to 1 into n by am, which is equal to 1 n a to the power of minus 1 and m to the power of minus 1. And next topic is a motion of the charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. Let us take the uniform magnetic field which is drawn here, and the magnetic field is b vector. And here the charge q which is entered into the uniform magnetic field, and here which is in perpendicular direction. Therefore, here the velocity and b vector both are in perpendicular direction. The angle between theta values 90, and then the force experienced from the charge q, that is perpendicular to both b vector and v vector. Here the particle is moving in a circular path. Therefore, the Lorentz force on the charge F vector equal to q into v vector into b vector. The magnitude of force F equal to qvb sin theta, theta value 90, sin 91. Therefore, the magnitude of the net force of on the particle epsilon I Fi equal to Fm equal to qvb. In circular motion, the Lorentz force is equal to the centripetal force. Centripetal force means it is mv square by r. Therefore, QVB equal to mv square by r. V cancel on the both sides. Therefore, QB equal to mv by r. And RQB equal to mv. Therefore, R equal to mv by QB. mv is nothing but it is known as momentum. So, instead of that, I am going to write here P by QB. Therefore, R equal to P by QB. And next, T, capital T is nothing but it is known as the time period by the particle to finish one complete circular motion, and velocity v equal to d by t. Therefore, time t equal to distance by velocity. Therefore, t is equal to 2 pi r divided by v, and r value we can substitute mv by bq. V cancel, so we can write t equal to 2 pi m divided by qb. This is known as the cyclotron period, and the reciprocal of the time period is frequency. Therefore, f is equal to 1 by t equal to qb by 2 pi m. In terms of angular velocity omega, we can write it, which is equal to 2 pi f, which is equal to q by m into b. And this is known as the cyclotron frequency or gyro frequency. And next, the time period t equal to 2 pi m by bq, frequency equal to bq by 2 pi m, and omega equal to bq by m. In these three formulas, the charge and mass is taken. Therefore, q by m is nothing but it is known as the specific charge. Therefore, t equal to 2 pi by bq by m. So, here this time period does not depends on the radius and the velocity. It is clear from this. And next, this uniform magnetic field we can maintain in between B vector and V vector. Suppose if the charge which is entered into the non-uniform magnetic field, so that the velocity divided into two components, one is parallel and another one is perpendicular. So that if it is parallel means the component of velocity is parallel to field remains unchanged, and the component perpendicular to the field keeps changing due to Lorentz force. Hence, the path of the particle is not a circle, it is helix around the field line.